Hello. Is that culturally insensitive? I feel like it probably is. Shit. There's a focus point that's tracking this. This is it. That's how you know you got a good one going, ladies and gents. Today I'm going to be doing a video on Kaitlin Bennett. If that name doesn't sound familiar to you, you might know her better as Kent State Gun Girl. I've heard a lot about her in the news recently and from other YouTubers and other content creators. And I decided, you know what? Maybe I'll try to make a video on her. And then I did. But you know that because you're watching it. So thanks. Basically, she gained traction with this senior photo she put up on Instagram in 2018 of her with her graduation cap and what appears to be big ass gun. And it was a really controversial photo about gun rights and gun laws, and that's sort of what blew her up. She's just a young conservative woman who likes guns a lot, is a big advocate of open carry laws and anti-gun regulations. She just wants to keep that thing on her, is essentially what it boils down to. Also, I'm just noticing that my lighting in here looks like I'm about to do a gender reveal. I'm not, but I do identify as a male. A quick disclaimer just before I go any further. I don't have any problem with Kaitlin Bennett or anybody else giving their opinions on things. It's freedom of speech. She can say whatever she wants. I just think it's funny the way that she does it. In any extreme, I think anybody who represents an extreme of anything, they usually do it in like a cringy and funny kind of way. Just to contrast this, like I'm sure all of you have heard of PETA, the Animal Protection Agency, that's like as far left as you can get and as far away from Kaitlin Bennett as you can get. And I think that they also carry themselves online in just as ridiculous of a way as Kent State Gun Girl does. I just find humor in the extremes, I guess. So anyway, when that picture on Instagram blew up of her with her grad cap and her big ass gun, she basically took that momentum and ran with it. Now she has a YouTube channel. It's called Liberty Hangout. It's exactly what you think it would be. Like, just to list some of the thumbnails here, we have Black racists call for genocide of whites, UCLA students support free late-term abortions on campus, and UCLA students support concentration camps for Trump supporters. Basically, she goes out in public and asks people controversial questions and to get reactions. Just kind of clickbaity stuff. You can watch them. It's just two people talking that view things differently. However, there is one video on her channel that I do want to shout out because I think it really demonstrates sort of ground zero for the unraveling of today's youth and just society in general. And that video is college students don't know who's on Mount Rushmore. They don't? We are so out of touch as a young society. You don't even have to watch the video. It's exactly what the thumbnail is. She goes out and she asks college students,
"Hey, do you know who's on Mount Rushmore?"
and they reply,
"No."
Now that's what I like to call content. If America wanted us to care who was on Mount Rushmore, they wouldn't have put it in South Dakota. It's like if you're trying to buy something online, it's like a weird website and you can't figure out how to add your item to your cart, or you can't figure out how to check out, and it's hard to navigate. It's like, if you want my money, make it easy for me. If you want me to know who's on Mount Rushmore, don't put it in South Dakota where no one ever goes. Honestly, if I was getting brain surgery and right before they put me under, I look up at the brain surgeon and I'm like, "Hey, do you know who's on Mount Rushmore?" And they're like, "No." Would not faze me at all. Anyway, that was a unnecessary sidebar about Mount Rushmore. I just thought it was funny that that's one of her controversial videos. So after I heard about her in the news and from other YouTubers and stuff, the first thing I did was I went to her Instagram. It's so intentionally controversial and unnecessarily political, and it's great. I figured I'd start where all Instagram interactions start, with the bio. Now, the bio is just a great place to set up who you are as a person. Share some of your interests. Throw some emojis in there. For example, mine is, "My name's on your toilet, huh?" And I feel like when people see that, they're like, "Oh, like this guy thinks he's funny," because my last name's Kohler and it's also a brand of toilet. And as everyone knows, jokes that you have to explain are the best ones. But after looking at Kaitlin Bennett's bio, I figured mine can use some work, and I think I'm going to model mine after hers. So let's break it down. Her bio consists of three main elements. The first one is a nickname. Now, hers says Kent State Gun Girl. Makes sense. That's sort of the name that she blew up with. That's the name that all the news outlets used when talking about her. Would make sense to associate yourself with the name that people know. 2, not a feminist. Okay. I guess the second part of the bio should be, you should just list something that you're not. It seems like irrelevant information, But all right. And part 3, taxation is theft. So I guess just take a hard stance on something. Give us a hot take. I will go ahead and just change my bio because, I mean, it worked for Kaitlin Bennett. It can work for me too. Go to my bio. So part 1, nickname. I don't really have a nickname, but usually when I meet someone new, they always bring up Casper the Friendly Ghost because my name's Jasper and they're off by 1 letter. I don't really know why people do that, but they do. So we'll do Casper. Now I need something that I'm not. Let's do not a vegetable. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Vegetable. Okay. Because that is true. I am not a vegetable. Part 3, hard stance, a hot take. What's something that when someone comes to my Instagram page, they're really, really not going to like seeing? What's something that's really going to get their blood boiling? Up is a bad movie. I don't actually think Up is a bad movie. I'm just trying to stir the pot. Okay, I think that's pretty solid. Just set that as my bio. Thanks, Kaitlin Bennett. The next part, when I first went on her page, I noticed immediately she had call and email listed. Because if you have a business account on Instagram, anyone can set their Instagram as a business account. It's so you can get this little, like it says public figure, this little category. Or on mine, it says board game because I'm hilarious. She wanted her thing to say public figure. You have to have some kind of form of contact because Instagram thinks that you're trying to promote a business. So usually what you do is you, like for example, mine, I have an email here. If you click on the email, it goes to gmail@gmail.com, which is not my actual email. I wish it was because that'd be pretty sweet. When I first was taking screen caps over Instagram, clicked on the email and I got this. The first 2 words of her email were Green Day, which I thought was funny just because it was very obvious that was an email she made in 5th grade and just never changed. And also, like, I like Green Day too. So maybe young Kaitlin and I have something in common. And then she had a phone number on there too. And I just assumed, like I clicked on it and there was an actual number. And I just assumed, oh, it's probably just like a fake phone number, just like random numbers. Because why would you put your phone number on your Instagram if you're in the position that she's in? I didn't think much of it. But then coming back and looking at this today, all she has listed is her email. And you click on it and it just says 2j@gmail.com, which obviously isn't her email. It's not the one that was listed yesterday. And now that makes me think that the phone number she had on there was real too. And I was going to call it regardless of whether it was real or fake just to see what would happen. But unfortunately, I didn't save the number or screen cap the number. So I can't do that, which is a bummer because I think it was real. So Kaitlin Bennett, if you happen to watch this, I have your email from 5th grade. So watch out. Now to the meat and potatoes of Kaitlin Bennett's Instagram. So we've covered her bio. We've covered her changing contact information. So I figure what better place to start than at the beginning. And now when I started this, I didn't think I'd have anything in common with Kaitlin Bennett. Because it seems like we have differing views on a lot of things. But as I got to learn more about who young Kaitlin Bennett was, I realized we're not so different after all. The Green Day email, that was the first hint. 2014 is when she first posted on Instagram, and it looks like she was kind of a cool gal. She has this hilarious cat meme, which is gets me every time. Cute cat, wholesome meme, love it. So I saw that, and she has a lot of other pictures of cats on here. So it's like I also like cats too. I scrolled up a little more, and this is where it really sunk in. In 2015, she posted a dub smash to an iconic Cody Co vine.
Yo, you guys want to go get pizza? I'm down. Shut up, Jeff. I wasn't talking to you.
And now I love Cody Co. I mean, look, I'm even wearing the shirt for this video. This is Cody Co and Noel Miller's podcast shirt. Green Day, wholesome cat memes, and Cody Co. Like, what's not to like? Like, young Kaitlin Bennett and I, like, hit me up. Let's hang out. That's not because she's young. That came out weird. I'm just saying, at one point in time, we had a lot in common. However, 2019 Kaitlin Bennett seems to be a little bit different than 2014 cat meme Cody Co loving Kaitlin Bennett. After sort of combing her Instagram, looking at her posts, looking at her captions, really breaking them down, I thought that her posts really fell into a pretty consistent set of categories. The overarching category just being guns. But to get more specific, I think there's 2 main subcategories that all her posts sort of fall into. And that is bragging about hate and pictures with completely unrelated captions. Now, that's bragging about hate is something that I think a lot of people that take similar positions as Kaitlin Bennett do. For some reason, people that represent the extremes of anything, they seem to love talking about how much people hate them. And that just seems unhealthy to me. I don't care who you are. No one wants to be hated. But anyway, so she has this post, right? Picture, it's a nice portrait of her. You know, she looks like she's in a garden. She's got some shrubbery around her, some greens. It's a nice scene, you know? It looks like she's having a good day. Caption, the face I make when reading my hate mail. Oh, it's because she doesn't care about her haters. I get it. Badass alert. That's fucking sick. Like this one. Enjoying a nice cup of liberal tears at the beach to celebrate my president's birthday. Happy birthday, Donald Trump. This one's for the haters and losers. You don't like Trump, you fucking nerd? You loser? He's not even your president? Such a loser. Such a loser, dude. Sick burn, Kaitlin Bennett. Calling me a loser. That one kind of hurt, actually. I'm not a loser. Again, talking about haters, she has this post where she shot some bullets into a target well, and it's 5 reasons not to threaten a girl who carries. So basically she's saying if you threaten her, she'll shoot you in the head, I guess. Hey, don't come at me or I'll fucking kill you. So the second subcategory being my favorite one, which is pictures with completely unrelated arbitrary captions. And that is most of her posts. There's 3 posts that really stood out to me as really defining this category. So you've got a nice picture of her in a pool. You know, it's a hot summer's day. Everyone loves to jump in a pool on a hot day. There's nothing more refreshing. So normally you see a picture like this on Instagram. You've all seen pictures of people in pools. Normally you do a caption like summertime or like summer vibes, dude. Or if you're low risque, you could do like getting wet with the little water droplets because it's an innuendo. She takes it a completely different route. Her caption for this picture, swimming in all the liberal tears I caused this week from my kick-ass grad photo.
What?
That picture doesn't say that at all. This is my favorite category because she'll take any opportunity to be just aggressively political. Others in this category, this one, she took a trip to New York. A picture of her with the New York skyline in the background. Pretty typical post, seen it before, with captions like, New York City is great. But no, hers is, thank you, New York, for being so awful that I can't carry my handgun in your crime-ridden city. Your pizza is good, though, at least. New York, you fucking suck. I can't pack heat here. I can't protect myself from all these violent crimes happening. But I gotta say, if I did have my gun, man, I'd kill for a New York slice. And then my favorite post that she has on here, on her entire Instagram, is this one. This photo, pink background, dark pink shirt, burgundy shirt, whatever you want to call that. Nice color combo. Her makeup looks good. It's just a good, tasteful selfie. But the caption of this picture is the most ridiculous thing I have ever read. I remember during my first day being at Kent State, I went to the bookstore with a girl I met. And 2 seconds later, her program started to falter when I said I loved the color pink. Apparently pink is evil because, you know, we associate baby girls with pink. And this is all part of the systematic oppression against transgender babies. I never heard from her again. What? There is no way in hell that is a real interaction that happened. First of all, if this is true, Kaitlin Bennett does not know how to socialize. She says that she met a girl at the bookstore and within 2 seconds, she told that girl her favorite color. That's not how conversation works. The standard's not like, okay, so like shake hands, say your name, and also your favorite color. Hey, I'm Jasper. Favorite color is blue. So just so you know.
Does that break your program?
Well, I've had one of my best friends for my entire life, and I don't even think I know his favorite color. I don't, actually, off the top of my head. And I've known him for 19 years. The next part, about how it broke her program that her favorite color was pink. I know plenty of girls who like the color pink, and I know plenty of guys who like the color blue. My favorite color is blue. Just because I like the color blue, does that mean I'm part of some predetermined societal set of norms that I can't break free from? Wait, shit, am I? Fuck. It's just such a reach. It's such just a political agenda stretch. And it's funny because, yeah, the first comment here with 412 likes is,
bitch, this did not happen.
I agree. Those are kind of the categories her posts fall into. Mostly, it's just guns. She also posted she got married, so congrats. Happy for you. Well, on her engagement photos, I was like, oh man, this is going to be brutal. There's going to be some assholes on here that are just commenting all sorts of stuff. You know, on this post, there actually were like some wholesome comments. I was surprised. So you got, congratulations at Kate Meow. May you have many years of happiness. My wife and I celebrated 25 years today. That's great. Hell yes, girl. Congrats to you both. I married my best friend. Everyone should. That's so great. Poopy pants. Right. This comment here actually is a perfect segue into our next section called What is Kaitlin Bennett doing today? This article came out about Kaitlin Bennett, and it's priceless. It's from this website called Pajaba. I don't know what letter this is supposed to represent. I think maybe an I. I don't really know. The Kent State Gun Girl is being accused of shitting her pants at a party. And it's just so funny. Even in the article, the author talks about how like the primary source for this is Barstool Sports and how Barstool Sports is not a reliable source, which I agree with. So I don't think this really holds that much water. I mean, it doesn't hold as much water as Kaitlin Bennett's pants hold shit. So burn. But no, I just think this is so great because, you know, we live in such a controversial time where it seems like politicians are constantly being accused of horrible things like sexual assault or just blatant racism with all the blackface images that are coming out recently. I just think this is so great. It's so wholesome. Just one of the most controversial figures of 2018 being accused of shitting her pants. In a country that's so divided, we can all agree that someone being accused of shitting her pants is pretty funny. It's silly, it's funny, it's a good meme. So yeah, I guess the main takeaway from this whole thing is you can believe in whatever you want to believe in. If you want to get other people to believe it, maybe just don't be an asshole about it, because it seems like if you just are making noise and being a dick in general, people are just going to accuse you of shitting your pants. And no one really wants that. Be a good dude. You know what I'm saying? Just be good dudes and dudettes. Make sure to just like and subscribe if you also like Green Day, cat memes, and Cody Co. Because if you do, 2014 Kaitlin Bennett and I have a lot in common. So what's a good outro?